welcome to Destructoid's first podcast known as Podtoid. I'm your host, Robert Suma, and with me I have some other members of Destructoid that you might know, and I'm just going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, then I guess I'll take the initiative.
Reverse alphabetical.
Way to start it off.
Yeah. I'm Sheer on the website. You might know me because I have way more posts than all of you, and I'm also better than Backflip by a long shot. So that's me. And give it to whoever wants to go next and volunteer.
My name's Franz. I do the Monday mind teasers, Tuesday game debates, stuff like that. I've been posting since like March, and we've also got Rev with us.
Yeah, hi, Reverend Anthony. I just joined about August. I can pronounce Mario correctly, and I do the
Fuck you.
I do the Tuesday game debates and the Fate Game Fridays as of recent. Faith.
And I'm Faith Naked, and I pretty much just throw in whatever the hell I want when I want.
That's just how she rolls.
Faith is a busy girl, as a matter of fact. Alright, and as of right now, the site has been going through some trouble. We've been actually getting hit so much that our server is pretty much fried on a daily basis.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So we apologize to our readers, and believe me, we're working on it to get it up and better. So we have some website updates for you. I'm going to let Sheer talk about that.
Yeah, we do have a few website updates, although our website is pretty much down right now. Recently we've been talking about the black Xbox 360, which is going to be ugly as hell. What do you guys think of that?
I'm not so much into the different colors, and I like the white. I think the white looks good.
Yeah, so I don't even think it looks that good right now, but the black just makes it look 10 times worse, in my opinion.
It used to look heavy, like that obelisk from that Space Odyssey movie.
So is that even
like the original Xbox?
Yeah.
Has that even been confirmed, or are we just going based on this Best Buy ad?
I guess we're going just by the Best Buy ad, but they're not as untrustworthy as like Circuit City, so we'll just go with it.
Do you think they're trying to compete with the PS3 and give us a black one, or what?
That seems weird. Wouldn't they want to differentiate themselves?
True.
Yeah, Xbox Circle.
And will the controllers be black? Because that would look pretty ugly with the white and black
Yeah.
system.
Actually, I could imagine a black controller. It would look pretty hot, I think. I just think the Xbox itself looks ugly as hell black.
Wouldn't there be a black controller that would come with it anyway?
Well, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, they had faceplates, so I don't see why they're really trying to change colors that much.
That's true. That's true.
So maybe it was a color error in the Best Buy ad.
Maybe.
How the fuck did they manage that?
I don't know. I like the idea of the black consoles. I mean, I've got black furniture, so, I mean, right now my Xbox goes with it, and my PS2 goes with it, and the GameCube has to sit upstairs because it doesn't match, so.
Yeah, we all know I'm a white fan since I love my Mac so much. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was taking that out of context.
Come on.
We should take all the
not
out
cool.
of context racist comments and just make a racism toid.
Who said? Who said who is racist?
I'm saying Sheer's racist, not intentionally though.
We'll just have to look into that
I'm
further.
pretty open-minded. I have a white computer, at least. But, you know, when it comes to my consoles, I want big and black.
Wow.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, okay, Faith.
So next topic.
Nothing more can be said about that.
All right, let's move on now.
So that Mortal Kombat trailer.
Yeah, have you guys actually seen the gameplay, or have you just seen the CGI movie that
Just the
everyone's
movie.
talking about?
Yeah, just the movie.
You guys got any favorite parts?
Definitely. When they're all running up the pyramid, and the one guy's moves to puke on the staircase, so they all slide down. It's classic.
So, do CGI movies like this make you want to buy the game more, or are they just nice little eye candy to watch?
Well, I would have bought the game anyway. It's fucking Mortal Kombat, dude.
So you're of the camp that buys pretty much anything Mortal Kombat when it comes out?
Well, no, but it has every character in it, and I get to rip them in half with, everyone else, so that's good by me.
I haven't played one in a long time. Like, probably, number 3. So this definitely makes me want to get into it again.
Same here. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give
number
it a
three
chance
thing.
again.
I don't know. Did anyone here play Armageddon, the last one?
Yeah, I did.
Where it had
actually.
a little story mode in it?
Yeah, my cousin's like addicted to that game. Like,
Yeah.
he's a big Mortal Kombat fan.
The
So-
new one has the same sort of little RPG in it, but when I saw it a few months ago, they promised me it was going to be more in depth and and be a little bit more polished than the one is on Armageddon.
Well, I'm a big RPG fan, so I hope they do something right with that, because Mortal Kombat RPG, man, it's gonna be good stuff.
All I want is the opportunity to bitch slap Katana like Stryker does at the end of the video. If they can just make a Katana bitch slap, yeah. If they can just make a bitch slap simulator, I'll buy that just on general principle.
Juggernaut style.
Bitch.
I'm personally still waiting for, the mud wrestling that the girls can get into, like Mortal Kombat 2, the movie. That was sweet.
Oh god, I don't even.
Faith likes her video games kinky.
Of
She likes
course.
the big and black consoles and the mud wrestling.
Big and back consoles with mud wrestling on them.
Yeah.
Lubricated mud wrestling.
Yeah. Oh god.
Alright, guys, let's talk about this Tuesday game debate that seemed to be pretty much a landslide with Mario Kart
Yeah.
kicking the crap
It has
out of
to
Mario
be-
Party.
Fuck Mario Kart.
It has to be like the worst one yet. I put Mario Kart versus Mario Party, and I was hoping to get some Mario Party support, but I guess not. It was like me,
I
Cher,
like Mario
and,
Party.
yeah. Maybe
But do you
two
like
or
it better
three
than
of
Mario
us.
Kart?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what's all about.
You know what? I can win at Mario Party, so that's why I don't like Mario Kart. How's that?
Well, but I think it was like 40-5 so far, so it's got no hope.
Yeah. Mario Kart is it's a demon really, and it needs to be exercised.
You're a little tired of the Mario Kart franchise?
Oh yeah, ever since the DS one, they're like, we're gonna add some revolutionary online gameplay. You'll have to wait an hour, and then you can only face half your opponents. So, and
And then
if
they
they're
all
Japanese,
stink.
you're fucked. So, it wasn't really that fun.
It's pretty much like that for every online DS game.
Well, no,
Face a
you can
Japanese guy, you're fucked.
not in Metroid Prime. They suck at FPS.
Oh, really?
If you see them online in Metroid Prime, easy kill. Just kill them over and over again.
I know I try to play him in Star Fox and I get my ass handed to me.
I don't have
I think it's
Star
because they
Fox.
can't aim.
I want
it's
Star
winters.
Fox though. Is it any
I need to
good?
get a DS.
Star Fox?
I'm
Yeah.
missing out.
Yeah, it's alright. You know, it takes getting used to, and it's actually a fun game. I hate that it ruined my touchpad, but, you know.
Okay, I remember when I first got my DS Lite, I couldn't play the mini games in New Super Mario Bros. Because they require like scratching the bottom screen.
Yeah.
So I'd have to use I have to switch to my old DS like every time I wanted to play a game
Well,
that required the touchscreen.
I got sent an Onyx, so it doesn't really matter anymore, but before
Lucky.
that, Before that, I was pretty pissed. And you saw it in the video. It's like all
Yeah.
scratched up, and what's up with that?
Yeah.
This has been getting that weird crack,
So,
the hinge crack.
I never got any hinge cracks. I got 3 DSs, and I never got any hinge cracks on them.
Yeah, my
And
DS
I
Lite.
used them.
Yeah, me too. I keep my DS Lite in my backpack, which I throw around constantly,
Yeah.
and nothing's wrong with it at all.
Same here.
Besides the fact that the Game Boy Advance cartridge is sticking out the bottom for some reason. I don't know. That was sarcasm. Anyway.
Alright,
So,
hey, Franz.
I was gonna go.
Franz.
That's the way it's designed.
Alright, Franz, do you want to talk about your Fake Game Friday real quick?
Yeah, this time we had, we took a fan submission this time, and it was a spin-off of the Half-Life 2 series, and Marky7474 an idea for how to do, it was called Gangs of City 17, and it was basically an FPS RTS, where like it would go from FPS mode to RTS mode, depending on where you're at in the game, and it was all about which side you would choose after the fall of City 17.
Yeah, it sounds pretty insane, actually.
It seemed practical too. Was the surprising thing. Like it takes all these disparate parts of different games and actually sort of manages to make it sound, realistic. Like somebody could actually make a mod that worked like this.
Yeah, it was really good, actually. We got a lot of submissions. I wasn't in charge of it. How many did we get? We got like 10? No, 11. I don't know.
Last time I checked, it was 5, but I haven't checked in a couple days. So
Yeah, I was embellishing. But,
20?
Quality-wise, it was like 10.
alright,
That's
definitely.
why the site being down for lack of...
Oh yeah, our site is being bombed, as they say.
That's because we're getting linked all over the place.
Yeah, we
It's because we're
Like,
ultra
almost
sexy.
every other story. It's crazy.
Yeah, I should really get some money for hiring Grim. Really, is what I should do.
Alright, so let's talk about what everyone's playing right now. Let's just go around the room and say what you're playing, what you're
The
playing
metaphorical
right now.
room.
Yeah.
I guess I'll pick up first, as I normally do. I'm playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Not really playing it actively so much as I'm picking it up occasionally and trying to beat that annoying boss. as it is with most Castlevania games. But it's pretty good so far. What pisses me off about it is that you have to get run and you have to get double jump. So you don't start off with that. You have to actually go through the game and get it, which is a real bitch, and take it away, someone.
Yeah, my 360's still broken. Trying to fix it, so I've been going back to old school stuff. PS2. I'm finally playing Wheel of Katamari for the first time. I've gotten
what do you think of it?
It's pretty sweet. I love it. Like, I was expecting it to be pretty much the same thing as the first one, but every level's pretty innovative. Like, whether it's like rolling up the fireflies or like huge snowball, it's always got a cool touch to it. So I'm not getting bored at all.
Have you done the race level yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, that's the greatest one.
I played that game for like 2 weeks, and then for whatever reason I got bored with it and moved on.
I'm always like just one more level, but it's always some new twist to it. I love it.
How long can you play that game in one sitting?
I played for like 3 or 4 hours yesterday, I think.
Really?
Yeah, it was fun the whole time.
I got the original Katamari, but I couldn't play it that much. It was too hard. Actually, I suck at it.
Well, I was good at it. It hurt my eyes after a while. Like after
Yeah,
an hour
I'm the
or
same
so.
way.
Yeah, I couldn't play it more than an hour because it would kill my eyes.
Sometimes I just started up to listen to the music.
Actually,
awesome.
when I got sent We Love Katamari, they actually sent me the soundtrack, like Japanese soundtrack for that game.
That's awesome.
It's
It's
pretty
actually
nice.
the first one has a really good soundtrack.
Well, the
I
second
can
one
listen
has-
to some of those.
The second one has this like Tom Jones like song on it. It's like actually pretty good. Alright, Faith.
Yeah.
Faith, what are you
What?
playing?
Oh, well, let's see. Out of the 8 games I have on the go right now, I would have to say, like, the main one I'm playing right now is Okami. I had a fangirl moment, gamer moment. I was at Blockbuster the other day. I went to go get the second disc of Lost, and I just happened to go in the game section, and I seen Okami, and I grabbed it, ran up to my boyfriend, and said, "Oh, we gotta get this! We gotta get this!" So.
And how is it?
You know what? It's a great game. I mean, the graphics are incredible. Like, I would compare it to... It reminds me of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, but with a Japanese touch and watercolor.
I keep
You know,
hearing
and-
that Zelda comparison.
It really... The
It's like
gameplay...
PS2
The
Zelda.
gameplay is reminds me exactly of Legend of Zelda for like the last, 3 games. You gain abilities as you go along, you have to solve everyone's little problems and stuff. The only thing I found annoying about the game is that it's got the Animal Crossing speak where they just do the mumbling. And it's very high-pitched, and I actually had to turn it down, which really bothered
Oh,
me
I hate
because it's
that.
got great music. And the other thing, too, is of course, the camera has to be retarded. So, if right in the middle of a boss battle, you suddenly have to change the camera, turn around, and find out where your enemies are before they kick your butt.
Why is it so hard for video game developers to come up with good camera systems?
Seriously.
I mean, how long have we had these 3D games, and there's still games coming out that just have the most retarded...
Super Monkey Ball has the worst camera in any game ever.
I think it's just the easiest thing to overlook, because you don't really think about that when you're,
Sure.
like, thinking of
But
my
it's-
dream game,
It is the most essential part of almost any game.
Well, they either come up with a camera that focuses itself and then focuses on the wrong thing, or they leave you, to focus yourself, and like I said, then you've got right in the middle of a boss battle, and you're like, crap, where did he go?
Yeah.
So what is it like to use the calligraphy? Is it precise with the PS2 controller, or is it
You know what?
floppy,
It's very. It takes a bit getting used to. I mean, there's a point in the game where you have to be really quick because this guy's in the middle of a dance, and you have to make sure that his dance moves are accurate. So you have to quickly draw a circle, and you got about 5 seconds to do it. So you have to get very good, very quick.
Does it get repetitive? Or
No,
does it
it's not
keep
repetitive at
fun?
all. No.
I heard it might have been because you just draw circles and lines and stuff. It doesn't at all.
Not really, because you have to. You have to draw a line a certain way, and you have to, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's repetitive. Like, I can't stop playing it.
There's
I mean,
enough
I must-
different scenarios to keep it.
Yeah, there's enough stuff in it that you're constantly changing, and it moves very quickly too. I mean, it's not like you're stuck in one area for a really long time either.
All right,
Rev?
so who else has been gone at
Rev.
playing some stuff? Rev?
Yeah. Mostly I'm sort of playing stuff to pass the time. Like, I guess in class I'm trying to not do work. So I have a little laptop, but it's like the oldest laptop ever. It's like a Dell 9,000 years ago. So the only thing I'll run on it is like Fallout 2. So I'm playing Fallout 2.
Wow.
And Saints Row, just sort of to pass the time, just doing the ragdoll mini games and stuff. And
pouring the booze on your homies.
Yeah, pouring the booze on my homies is probably the best part of the game. Which is, we decided yesterday that if you ever play Saints Row and you have to revive a homie, because he takes out a bottle of 40 and pours it on him, you have to say in the gangsta voice, "One for my homies," as you do it, or else you're not playing the game to its full extent.
That was actually Rep's best gangster voice right there.
Yeah, that's about as gangster as I get.
Alright, I guess I'll talk about what I'm playing. I'm playing a bunch of games right now. It's starting to get into that season where the video game companies release everything in one, like, in a 3-month span.
Yeah, one orgasm.
Yeah, so it kind of sucks, and but I guess not really because you get free games. But so I've been playing, Yakuza or Yakuza.
How is that?
Yeah.
You know what? It's kind of cool. I was expecting when I tested it out a few months ago, there was a lot more action, so I wasn't expecting so much story. Like, I'm probably an hour through right now, and I've probably maybe fought and actually done something maybe 5% of the time at the most.
Jesus.
So basically, it's like watching a movie. Like, you're just basically watching this movie about the Japanese Yakuza and what's
So it's like
going on.
Xenosaga?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's definitely not what I expected, but you kind of get into the story a little bit because you have to. But if you're in the mood to just blow up stuff and beat up people, then you probably want to put in something else.
Like Saints Row?
Yeah, like Saints Row. But if you just want to sit back and like enjoy like a good game with a cool story, then it's definitely want to pick up. The fighting's a little tricky. Like, I don't think there's a target system, so you miss a lot with your punches and things like that. And the fighting kind of, when it happens, it goes to this separate like little area, like it's like a contained area. Like if the screen starts up, it'll say like versus Yakuza or versus something, and then like it'll be like this one little area you have to fight in. And but it's got some pretty cool moves in the actual fighting. But so far, I mean, if you like RPGs, it's basically like an RPG. It's not like a GTA. It's not like a brawler. It's more like a traditional RPG.
Yakuza is weird because when I was in Japan, I heard like such great things. Like it's selling out everywhere. It's like #1 import. Everyone wants it. Then it comes here and people are like, it kind of sucked.
Yeah, I don't think the majority of Americans will like it. It's definitely not a mass market American game. It's not.
Do you get to cut off pinkies at all?
I have no idea. I hope so.
There better be a mini game.
I heard there's a guy dressed up as a stripper or something in the game.
I'm sure there is.
If there's not, there better be.
Is that the latest stripper talk?
No, I was
In the stripper
I watched
underground
a
at the
review
meeting.
of it, and they.
Did you guys hear? There's a man stripper.
He must be
There's,
taken out.
There's a part in the game where there's this guy and he's dressed up as a stripper on stage and he tries to kill your character and you got to take him out.
Oh boy, I can't wait for that part. I just have to watch like 5 hours of movies before I get there.
Yeah, probably.
So, and then I'm also playing Test Drive on the 360. And I'm playing on my, and I'm still trying to play Bomberman a lot on the 360 when I can.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
it's not that bad. And you know, I'm gonna probably make a video comparing Bomberman on the PSP, which I'm also playing, and then the 360, the traditional and like the new age one. Both by Hudson, by the way.
Yeah,
And,
one of them looks like asshole, and one of them looks like happy asshole.
And you know
That's kind of the difference.
And you know what? The 360 version, and when I play the PSP, like traditional cutesy Bomberman, I actually kind of miss the new 360 version.
Really?
And I feel bad for saying that. And I
was going to say, you may be the only...
And I may be the only person, you're right. But it's actually kind of cool to play, like, the revived Bomberman. Whatever. And then, so I'm also playing Mario Hoops 3-on-3 on the DS.
Oh, how's that?
It's Mario Kart with basketball, basically.
Oh, so I won't like it.
You hate it.
Yeah, you might not like it. It's like very, very simple, and it gets kind of boring after a while because it's not very challenging, and your teammates suck. Like they don't do anything. Like I saw somewhere else, they might as well have called it Mario like 1-on-3 because that's basically what it is. Like your teammates are completely useless, and like the precision on the touchpad to like pass to people is not very precise, and especially when I'm trying to switch between characters, it's almost impossible.
It seemed kind of rushed. Like, we heard about it not too long ago, and then it's out. So.
And
I just want to play as Mog, really.
And then I also got Cookie Mama for the DS.
Oh, how's that?
So
The manliest game of all time.
Oh my god! The thing that's good is when I play it on the subway and I'm doing a recipe that's like a soup or something, and you have to blow on it. Thank God you don't have to actually blow into the DS. Like, they forgive you, I guess, if you're in public and you don't feel like blowing into something. Because it didn't actually take any penalties when I had the blow.
That's like when Brain Edge asks you if you're in a public place where you can talk, so you don't look like an idiot when you're on the subway going, blue, red.
You try to say blue like 20 times.
Yeah, blue, blue.
Yeah.
Everyone in the subway car is like, okay, crazy person, talking about their DS.
Yeah.
And
so,
I'd do it. I'd be like there.
Well, at least someone who's going to steal it is going to be so scared of you now that they're not even going to get near you. That's almost the upside.
But you know what's odd on the subway, actually? I see most people playing PSPs. I hardly ever see DS people.
Yeah, I see PSPs everywhere, and I just yell at the people who are playing them constantly.
Well, I mean, the PSP seems so much better in theory.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like
not
communism.
in execution.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like communism. It looks good on paper, but it's terrible in execution.
That should be their new slogan. PSP is like communism.
It'd be better than the rest of their slogans.
Yeah,
It
I
is
feel like the
communism.
white people are better than black people slogan.
There are
Yeah, and,
dictatorship because they tell you what formats to use, and you can everyone has to use the same Sony format.
Yeah, it pretty much sucks out the place.
All of Universal.
Yeah.
I mean, I just hate the PSP.
It's different up here. Like when I was at the convention in Toronto, everybody had a DS, and they were using it to talk to each
Well,
other.
if you
It
see
seems like game
gamers,
journalists have DSs,
yeah,
but like the general public has PSPs. It seems. Just to me, I mean, at least an older audience that takes the subway. Like the other night, there were like 3 people in my one car that had a PSP, and I had a PSP on me too. I didn't whip it out, but that would have been 4 people in this one car at like 11 o'clock at night, in this one little section.
someone forgot to turn off their cell phone.
That's when I was gonna wake up.
Yeah, about the PSP, if I'm ever playing it in public and someone's like, oh, you got a PSP? I'm like, sorry. I hate this thing. You want it?
Now we're going to talk about some upcoming games that are coming out this week that maybe some people are looking forward to. We got NBA Live coming out. Are you guys even at all interested in sports games?
No.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
That doesn't interest you
Mere
in the
prospect of
slightest?
physical exertion does not interest me at all. I don't even want to simulate it.
And we also have, actually I got sent this last week, it's Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2, March of the Mini.
Oh, actually, I do want that a lot.
For the DS. It's like a bunch of like little mini games, I think, right?
Oh, I heard it was just like... have you ever played Lemmings? I heard it was kind of like Lemmings.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. That was more
You
lemmings.
just lead the little bastards along and let them destroy Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I had to leave my DS. I had to leave that game at work because I went to the NBA 2K7 thing that night.
Yeah.
I've been able to play it all week. And then Bubble Bobble Evolution for the PSP.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you hate your PSP, that might be a reason to pick it up, don't you think? If you have Bomberman and Bubble Bobble.
You know what? I like Bubble Bobble, but I heard
I
Bubble
liked
Bobble
it too. I
Evolution
used to
was
play it.
horrible. I was like, I saw it and I was like, yes, Bubble Bobble. And then I saw the Japanese game scores, and no one likes Bubble Bobble in
I
Japan.
think yeah, mediocre.
I
at best.
think that was one of my favorite Nintendo games growing up.
Same here.
I played the crap out
Yeah.
of that game.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
good
like one of
stuff.
my first games I ever got.
Another big game coming out this week is Just Cause.
All right.
Did you guys play the demo at all on the 360?
I downloaded it last night. I haven't gotten to play it.
No, I don't even have a 360, so.
Oh,
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
I don't have
It
one
looks cool,
either.
but I just
I'm
don't
working
really
on it.
wanna play it.
Going by what the guy at Something Awful said, he said it's really kind of... It's fun, but it's like cheesy and repetitive.
I heard the guy from Control Alt Delete, which is the webcomic that probably everyone listening to this knows. But he said that a fun thing he would do is he would just give the controller to his friends and they would destroy stuff. And when they asked why, they would say "just cuz," as like a pun on the name, which is always how I read it. I was just like,
Same here.
I got to see it at a holiday thing a couple months ago. And, I mean, it sounds pretty interesting. I mean, the environments are huge. The fact that you can do these stunts and there's a ton of quests. I mean, are you guys tired of the whole GTA clones? Do you want something different, or?
I'd like to see it just go deeper.
I'd like to see a sequel to Table Tennis. Is what I'd like to see. That game is so good.
Alright, so since there's probably nothing coming out this week that you guys are even remotely interested except this little Mario vs. Donkey Kong, what else are you guys looking forward to?
What about Valkyrie Profile 2, so Mario?
Are you looking forward to that?
Or Garfield
Hell yes.
2.
Garfield 2?
Oh, definitely. Garfield 2.
It'll answer all the questions unanswered in the first
It
Garfield.
looks like another Greg Hastings paintball tournament's coming out also.
Thank God.
Wasn't the Xbox game supposed to be good or something? Or am I wrong in that?
No. I think you're wrong. I don't think...
So who's picking up fashion dogs for the GBA?
Retarded people.
You mean that's not Game of the Year right there?
Sure, let's just say that.
Okay.
Go down and say Fashion Dog will be the #1 game.
What about Bait and Kaido's Origins?
What about it?
Well, I liked Bait and Kaido. I know I'm in the minority, but I liked it. You have to like throw cards and shit. So.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I'm really looking forward to Naruto Clash of Ninja 2. I mean, that.
Oh my God, you guys!
Believe it.
I played that game. I went to the Nintendo World Store on Saturday. My friends came and visited. Oh, we went on Friday.
Just for readers, half of some of the stories start with, "Yeah, I was playing this about 6 months ago before you guys even knew about it."
No, they have it set up at the Nintendo World Store.
How's the PS4 looking?
PS20. Oh my God! I went to the future and I went to this event in the future and then I came back. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys saw the X-Play episode where they did game things that need to die already, and they talked about Naruto. There's like 5 or 6 games coming out for Naruto in the next few months.
I can't even stand to watch the reviews.
And
if I break the game.
X-Play.
But the X-Play was actually kind of funny because every 5 seconds the Naruto kid would come up and say "believe it" every time.
Yeah.
But like but playing the game is actually kind of like the game, and it was kind of funny that he said "believe it" every 5 seconds when you're playing it.
It's kind of funny that X-Play said that.
Believe it, believe it, believe it. Like every time, like when you kick someone's ass or something, you do this cool move. You like instead of trash talking, you just say "believe it" to the guy. You just like.
Yeah, my 14-year-old friends do that too sometimes.
You should probably kill them.
Yeah, I do constantly, but they just keep respawning. I don't know.
So
Gotta stop pouring my 40s on.
I think Naruto is actually kind of cool. Alright, so what else are you guys looking forward to that's not coming out this week, but maybe coming out in a few
Sam and
few
Max
weeks,
is coming out
couple
October
months?
17th, the first episode.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I think I'm the only one that could care less about Sam and Max franchise.
Having
It's
played
a lot of LucasArts games.
I'm not? Okay, thank you. Every time
Sam
I
and
see
Max,
Sam and
I don't
Max,
know.
I'm like,
I had never played it, so I have no idea what to expect. But Sam and Fuzzy is a webcomic that really loves it, so I just assume it's got to be okay, at least. Because
It's
Sam
like
and
the
Fuzzy
first
kicks ass.
It's like the first adventure game I ever played, and it's still the one that holds up the best. Because it's still funny, the puzzles are still sort of ridiculous, but they make this weird sort of cartoon sense, and it's got like really great sense of humor.
Plus, Max is just evil. Gotta love an evil buddy.
Yeah, he's the most like mean antisocial character ever that's still sort of charming.
As for what I'm looking forward to, I'm going to have to say the Wii is what I'm going to say. As a #1 thing, the Wii.
Yeah.
The Wii.
The Wii.
I'm looking forward to Bully.
What are you
that,
looking
right?
forward to on the Wii, exactly?
Everything.
Why?
Zelda.
Because it's the Wii. How could you not
Or
love
the
it? Like I try to explain it to like my parents, and they're like,
Have you played it yet? Have you
no.
Okay.
No, I don't
Because
have the
Sam has
map
been
of
playing
it.
it since 6 years ago when you were 7. And he has a few things he'd like to say.
Let me tell you guys. Alright, I love Nintendo and what they're doing, but I honestly see them coming in third again. Like, I don't see the Wii being this huge thing that people are expecting it to be. I think it's going to sell well, but I think in the long run, because they don't have the HD and some of these other things, and I think it's just going to lose. I know you're groaning, but I think it's just going to lose its pace, and it's going to seem really, really old in like 2 years.
Blasphemy.
When
Burn
you
the
have-
witch.
Controller's gonna save them, but I think the price might. I think a lot of parents will definitely hit it up.
Well,
with that.
You can hit the tennis ball with the controller.
Well, the thing is, I mean, there's only going to be, what, 1 million units probably in the U.S. when it comes out in the holidays, so I don't know. I don't see it winning in the long run.
Well, I can dig it if you're saying that, like, you know, it's going to fail because of like control reasons and stuff.
I'm not
but I
saying
mean,
it's going to fail.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but like, is it specific control reasons you're talking about, or just like more general kind of things? Because like, if it's a gameplay thing not matching up with graphics, then you know, I mean, Guitar Hero is the most weird gameplay-oriented thing ever.
Guitar Weero?
Yeah, Guitar Weero, as she would like to predict. But I
let's,
mean, that's
let's say you have Guitar. All right, let's take a game like Guitar Hero that will presumably be cross-platform, that will be on every system, right?
Yep.
Let's say you have a 360 and a Wii, or a PS3 and a Wii. Which version of Guitar Hero would you want?
The Wii.
Even
I'm not
though the
saying,
PS3 version will probably have more songs, it will look better, it will probably be able to download more.
But that requires me buying a PS3.
But I'm
But
not
I'm
saying
saying
I'm
if
not
you
saying
have a 360 and a Wii, which most people will have 2 systems at least.
Yeah.
I mean, like, most of us now have, like, I have, like, 3 systems and 4 systems, you know what I mean? So most people will have 2 systems, and we assume that a lot of people will have a Wii, but if you had a choice of a cross-platform version, which version would you rather play on?
Well, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, Guitar
The
Hero
Wii?
specifically, but, like, the idea of a game that it gives a gameplay experience different than just playing something on a controller. That's why I'm saying, like, Guitar Hero hit big because it's something
But
that's different
it's one
with no
thing.
graphics.
It's one thing if it's different, and it's another thing if it is different and works well. Like right now, not too many games work well on the Wii. Like even Zelda doesn't work well on the Wii. Like
In what way? What's wrong with it?
if I was really into Zelda and wanted to play it, I'd play the GameCube version. Because when you're moving around on the Wii and trying to focus and aim at the same time, it's not that precise, and it's much easier to work with on a standard controller. Same with
If you can hit Navi with the Wiimote, then I'm down for it.
It's the same thing with the other FPS, like Red Steel. Like it's just easier to use on a standard controller or on a mouse and keyboard. Like it just doesn't work. Right now, the only things that sort of work on the Wii are driving games and mini games. And if the FPS was on rails, like the Rayman version, Rayman Raving Rabbits has that plunger. You guys have probably seen the video. That plunger FPS.
People
Yes.
That's entirely on rails. So if you had games that were like House of Dead or whatever, where you're basically just on rails and all you're doing is aiming, then yeah, it works. But as
So is
of
the
right
problem
now-
just the movement combined with
Yeah,
the
trying to move and actually aim, it doesn't really work that well.
Even for Mario Galaxy?
Yeah, what about Mario Galaxy?
Well,
I
Mario
just saw-
Galaxy works. I mean, that game works, and that game's beautiful. And
Yeah, I just
that
saw
will
the
definitely
HD
sell a lot of
footage,
systems.
and that looks amazing.
Yeah, Spider-World looks awesome.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
no, that
That's so
game was
cool.
definitely like the standout game that people like the most.
Yeah, and I hear its Sight Truck's pretty good.
I like the Sight Truck, yeah. That was one of my favorites also. But like I said, like driving games and mini games, and I guess platformers like Mario Galaxy I think will work the best. But
Well, I've always trusted Nintendo, even for the shitfest that was the GameCube. So, I'm just gonna go with it, and hope they don't suck up the place.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, I mean, every single console has its glitches when it comes out. I mean, look at the Xbox 360. How many people had problems with it not booting up?
Yeah, Franz.
Yep.
yeah, but you didn't have an actual problem with the control system.
Yeah, there's a
game
glitch
story,
and then
you know
there's a
what I mean?
control flaw.
So I don't know. I wrote in that little piece on the Destructoid, I think it's going to be like the DS, where it's going to take a year or two. But there was so much good stuff coming out of Sony camp for TGS this week. I don't know if you guys have been following it that closely, but I'm starting to get a little bit more excited about the PlayStation 3 than I was.
I heard they said that there would be a Genesis and Mega Drive games, and then Sega was like, no, there won't be.
On the PS3.
Yeah.
Well, PS3 didn't do that good at the TGS. Like, they were boring as hell for the first day or so.
Well, maybe they're like keynote address or whatever, but I'm talking about the actual games. I could care less if they had.
I still really haven't seen any games that interest me.
Final Fantasy 13.
Yeah, 4 years
Metal Gear
later.
Solid. Same game.
What about the Gran Turismo thing? What do you think about that?
Oh, fuck that.
$700
I hope
for one
people.
game?
I hope people boicot the crap out of that.
Fuck,
game.
I
hope so.
Yeah,
Oh my
let's
God.
just go for another money grab there, Sony.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
you're
that-
really gonna, piss the fans off.
That's like one surefire. Like it's a great idea, but like raping the.
Not even a great idea.
Well, I mean, just the ability to download what you want for your game, but like to do it at such a high price that it doesn't really work that well. Like, why would you reward someone who has this money? Like,
you know what would be awesome is if you could buy cars and then you could race people online for the cars that you bought with real money. That would be pretty cool. Yeah.
True.
That'd be insane. Probably.
Mildly again.
And well, the thing about the PS3 I also am excited is Fight Night Round 3 for the PS3, which is fucking awesome.
And available for the 360.
Oh, but the PS3 version is so much sweeter. It's got this the first person mode where like if you get punched on one side, it starts to black out a little bit, and like the screen starts flashing. I don't know, if you're a big boxing fan and you like that game, it's definitely worth it.
What about Wii boxing?
You know, that realistic sweat, the little wave that goes across the guy's face. That's just, gotta buy it.
You know, the Wii needs to have more Wii puns, in my opinion.
Needs more what?
It has to have more Wii puns. Like,
you don't have enough Wii puns?
No, I don't. I can go on Wii puns all day.
I have a question.
I'm not going to, but
maybe.
Yes, go ahead.
Too big a question. Are you excited about Gears of War, and if so, why? Because I cannot muster a single bit of enthusiasm.
Yes. Let me tell you, I played it in person, and maybe it was just because Cliffy is showing it, but the sound and the gameplay, and if you played the multiplayer with the chainsaw and the gun, yeah, I'm excited about it. It's pretty sick.
I don't think it's the first game to have a stop and pop gameplay, but I think it's the first game to use the term stop and pop.
I remember people used to say that for Full Spectrum War, but only like douchebags, so I don't know if that counts.
I'm gonna say no.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big first-person shooter person, and I was amazed watching it.
That's good because it's third person.
Oh, is it third person? Okay, sorry. I'm not very good at shooting games. How's that? I'm not very good at running and hiding, and then I just like to stand out there and shoot and then get my ass killed.
So do I. We have so much in common.
So I'm not very good at shooting games, but I mean, even myself watching the graphics and everything, it was incredible. I mean, it's so realistic looking.
Yeah, if you get a 360, you gotta try
the
it.
immersion factor of the game, I think, is what really makes it worthwhile. Like the whole sound and environment, and the fact that it's sort of paced in that way where you kind of have to stop and think about what you're doing.
Yeah, table tennis is a stop and pop game.
I don't know, the gameplay, like there's a game trailers thing that's like just basically HD footage of them playing, and it seemed like he, with his assault rifle, I think he literally killed like nobody. He didn't kill anyone with it. He shot a monster like for 2 seconds straight in the face, and nothing happened. And he didn't actually kill anybody until he ran up and shot him with a shotgun. It seemed like a really frustrating, like long drawn out kind of combat just from that gameplay video. Like it looked really pretty, and I could see how it could be immersive, but it just seemed kind of frustrating looking.
But don't you like that sort of change of pace from just the, I don't know, from the Serious Sam type gameplay where you're just going around blasting everything? Like, don't you prefer something like that, something different to mix it up?
Well, I mean, I can prefer something different, but as far as like the specifics of shooting at a guy for like 5 seconds straight with no effect, it's just so like on a personal level frustrating to me. I can't just abide it. It's like when I shoot somebody, I want to see some sort of effect, or they move differently, or they die. Especially if I shoot them in the head. But just I don't know. It just rubbed me the wrong way. I'll try it. I mean, without a doubt. But I don't know.
There's a point where enemies just get too powerful, and it's like, okay, I've shot this guy in the head, in the gut. Okay, he's not going down yet. Like what is he, made of rock? Like there has to be a point where the realism has to set in. Otherwise, you do get frustrated.
Yeah, imagine shooting someone in the face to take him down.
Have you guys seen Resistance Fall of Man footage?
No.
You guys been paying attention to that?
Yeah,
Are you guys just all against the PS3? Am I like the only one?
No, I've seen it. It does look good. It came out of like nowhere recently, but yeah, it looks.
One
awesome.
Up is like touting it as like the greatest thing since sliced bread. So,
The greatest thing since those ketchup bottles that store upside down, so you don't have to hit the bottom.
yeah.
That is genius,
sweet.
by the way.
Yeah.
Revolutionary, I'm telling you.
What did you guys think of MTV buying Harmonix and the Guitar Hero developer Harmonix?
Wasn't expecting it.
You guys think it'll make the series any better or no?
We'll make it like
Maybe
10
have some
times
better
worse.
music.
Do you think we're gonna have like real world Guitar Hero?
I don't understand how we're going to play hip-hop on the guitar.
All I see is a reality TV series.
It's gonna be horrible.
It's gonna be horrible.
Yeah.
It's gonna be absolutely atrocious.
I hope there's a VH1 version coming out.
I love the 70s Guitar Hero
You
version.
get to play like Seal and all this softcore, horrible stuff.
VH1 doesn't even play music anymore.
Carson Daly, hosting it.
I like VH1. They get funny people talking about silly things.
So, let's talk about some more PS3 stuff, because I know you guys love it so much. What did you guys think of the price cut, but only in Japan? You think
Let me just throw this out there. The PS3 licks balls.
you guys
To be candid, the PS3 licks some balls. Some big testicles.
Why do you say that?
Oh, it's just because it's, it costs $600, and it's gigantic, and, most of the games look boring. I'm not really like a big graphics buff. I'm with the philosophy that it's the gameplay, not the graphics.
But
And,
the system. But the thing is that not only. But I hate to tout Sony so much, but when you're getting like a high-end system, it's not just about graphics though. It's about the power it can put behind the game. Also, like AI, immersive gameplay environments. It's not just about graphics.
Yeah, but I'm a big fan.
You need that power for other things besides that. This is why I think the Wii could end up third, because in order to get really in-depth games, you need that power to give you better AI. Like, I played Rainbow Six for the 360, and the AI is so much improved, and I don't see how they could put that sort of AI and graphics and mix everything in on the Wii. Like,
Yeah, well, I'm a big, what I'd say is that, games are supposed to be fun, really, and, I don't want to sit there, as Faith would say, and shoot someone in the face like 50 times while they're dodging, and I don't want, like, too good AI. I just want to walk around and kill some people, is what I like to do in games. And, the PS3, it's probably going to be really powerful and really amazing and really $600, and, I'm not going to go near it.
I'm willing to get every system that ever comes out, but there's literally no reason to get it besides, I guess, Metal Gear Solid 4.
If you want to lift weights, you should buy a PS3.
So the price drop doesn't excite anybody?
The what?
The price drop doesn't excite anybody?
The Japanese price drop?
Yeah.
No.
Well, weird. Why wouldn't there be a U.S. price drop?
I don't know, because
could
the
be
Japanese
delayed.
got bombed.
Because the Japanese are the ones who are really excited about it, like the Tokyo Game Show. Like, I think Kotaku did a survey of as many people as they could, and PS3 wiped out the Wii as far as what people are going to buy. And that's, it's the total opposite over in North America. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think maybe they're just...
Maybe to make them feel happy. Something like 100,000.
I don't know. I look at it this way. I mean, I would buy the PS3. I mean, it's not a big deal for me. Okay, so I go to work a couple extra, days or something to make the $700 to buy it. But my thing is Sony nuts? Like, the fact that they even think that Sony fans are going to fork out, in Canada, $700 for the system is just an insult. And that alone, I refuse to buy it in the first year. I refuse to support
You don't think the
them.
hard, but the thing is, they're just doing it to get the hardcore fans to shell out that money, and they're gonna sell out, and it's gonna piss off the casual gamers. But when they drop the price $100 or $200, then everybody's gonna buy it.
Yeah, you know what I love about
and I'll
Sony
be
is
with everyone else then. But till then, forget
So it doesn't really matter to Sony. Like, they'll get their hardcore fans to buy it the first year, and then they'll drop the price.
Sucks.
once
Yeah,
it's
but they're
out.
not going to be number one the first year. I see
No.
Xbox being number one again this Christmas.
Yeah, they're so
Wii's going to
pretentious,
be number
though.
2.
I hate their cockiness, but the system, like, the games look better, and they're gonna look better 2 years from now.
I
So-
just really hope that the next Fumito Ueda game, or the dude that did Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, I hope they port his game to other systems.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the one I'm really excited about, because I know he's going to do it for the PS3, but I don't know if I want to shell out $800 just to get his one game.
But I bought the PSP pretty early, and the main reason being that Final Fantasy Crisis Core was coming out, and I was like, I'm going to buy the PSP, I'm going to get Crisis Core. And it's been about like a year and a half now, and I've heard pretty much nothing about it. So the thing I'm looking forward to on the PS3 is Final Fantasy Versus 13. So in 4 years or so, I'll pick up a PS3.
Yeah, that's pretty much my way of thinking. The only game that's impressed me so far on the PS3 that I would buy it for is Heavenly Sword.
Yep.
And
Final Fantasy Versus 13, the motherfucker has like 13 swords.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why he's away.
Oh my god, 13 swords.
So,
They surround him too. They have a mind of their own.
The
you know,
PS3
we'll have Final
motherfucker has
Fantasy
13
12 on the
swords.
PS2 to survive us till then.
Well,
Are
he
you
has
guys
blue
looking
hair
forward to
too.
Bully? You
Eh.
guys checking out Bully at all?
I'm more of a god hand kind of man. at this
I'm
point.
already a bully.
Blue looks sweet, yeah.
It was pretty sweet, I must say. I actually liked it a lot.
We were talking about it yesterday, but Reb Anthony already throws children for a living, like in
Yeah.
Best Buy. What did you do with that kid to Guitar Hero, Anthony?
Oh yeah, okay. So there's this little shithead kid. He's about maybe 12, and he's wearing like this horrible black band shirt. His jeans are sagging a little bit. He's got a baseball cap cocked slightly to the side, and his hair's dyed black. So he's like an amalgam of every stupid clique that the guy could possibly join, combined in this one little asshole. And he's playing Guitar Hero at Best Buy, and he's like, "Man, this game is awesome. I'm hardcore, so I can play it." And so he plays like I Love Rock and Roll on medium setting, and I'm amazing at Guitar Hero. So I sit there and I watch him and I act like a moron. I'm like, "Whoa, dude, that's so awesome. This game is amazing. What do you do? Oh man, can I play it?" And he's like, "Yeah, whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna see how good I can get. So I'm gonna try Bark the Moon on Expert." And he's like, "Whatever. You're not gonna even make it through the first 3 seconds." Like he literally said that. So I'm like, "Okay," and I go, and I completely.
That's a very good impression of Guitar Hero. I'm gonna say that right now. I was up there with your gangster impression too.
Every
Yeah.
time I walk into Best Buy and they have the Guitar Hero set up, I see some idiot kid, like, with the guitar behind his back, not looking at the screen, and, like, playing.
Every time I walk in, I'm like, I've heard about this game, but I've never played it. Let me play it on Expert and own it.
You should have
Yeah.
You should have put some money down.
Yeah.
You should have done.
That's what I was thinking. It's like the Maverick movie where you just run somebody at poker, except instead of poker, it's Guitar Hero. It's like Nerdy Maverick. Because the look of just like dissatisfaction on the kid's face after I owned him and walked away, because
That
I
was
was like,
enough.
"Yeah, it's a cute game, kid," and he just sort of like stared wide-eyed.
Start
It was pretty
hustling
much-
the
I could
kids
die
at Best
happy.
Buy.
Then Rev Anthony found a phone book and changed into his Godzilla costume.
And
Just
I
rock
ate it.
his world.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway.
Anyway. We're going to talk about what's been going on in the forums, especially this presidential contest. So, go ahead.
Yeah, there's this thread. It's what's your favorite energy drink? And apparently no one really likes energy drinks at all. So we hijacked the thread and we turned it into this presidential election type deal. And we're all slandering each other. So myself and Backflip are running Franz and Orchestra, I want to say, right? Katie Alpha's running by himself, and Ugly 1719 and Napuja are running, and we're pretty much slandering each other. And I love what Katie Alpha has to say about my team. If you've ever been on the forums, you know that Backflip's avatar is a child, and under it says, "What is heaven?" And so here's what he has to say about us. It's Sheer is a man with a name similar to that of Cher. Can you trust a man like that? And Backflip is a man whose icon is that of pedophilic discomfort. Would you want your children asking him what heaven is? Does the sound of his zipper becoming undone sound like the answer you want? So
Badass.
it's because Franz is in it, and Franz is a complete and utter badass who mispronounces my name as well. And so it's going to be interesting. I think we're going to start up a poll to see who will win, but I'm putting my vote for Katie Alpha because that one line is just the most badass thing ever.
So, what are your guys' platforms? Like, what are you running on? Do you have any ideas, or are you just bad-mouthing each other?
We're just bad mouthing each other, really.
For the heck of it.
The platform is I don't suck as much as this guy does.
Yeah,
Vote for me.
yeah, and I said that Backflip and I were a Killer Instinct-esque combo, which I pride myself upon.
That ugly guy, isn't he the one that started the worship
Oh,
fake
yeah.
naked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take this, you bitch. What is that?
Yeah,
say?
I think him
Oh,
and Juliet
yeah.
Jake just like me a little too much.
Oh,
But,
Romantic laugh.
So
Ugly was talking about how ugly. His name is Ugly, so he's ugly. But he was like, do you want a guy with a slightly misplaced jaw? Because I totally know someone."
That's the most delicate way of saying ugly I've ever heard. A slightly misplaced job. It's genius.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things. And as for the take this sheer bitch thread, as Sumamama has said, that's Backflip. I got 1,000 posts, so I took my 1,000 posts to curse out Backflip. And so he took his 1,000th post to curse out me, but it backfired on him because everyone loves me and everyone hates him because he is evil, Satan's spawn. and he's also my running mate now that I realize that. But and another thing that's going on is that I actually made a story about this on the front page. Was the gamer haikus, which are really funny. I thought. Yeah, any of you guys read that? Yeah. Yeah, Poop-Faced Morty made tons of them, like 20 plus.
She has nothing to do at work.
Yeah, the Zero Wing one. See if I can remember. It's like a reading cutscene text. All your base belong to us. What the fuck that means? Which I thought that was really funny, and that's the graphic that I put at the front page, and that was really interesting. So you guys can check all those out on our forum, which I shamelessly plug every time I do anything for Destructoid.
Which is great.
Yep.
Alright, so what else you guys want to throw in there as we wind up the first ever Podtoid?
My name is Sheer, not Share.
Oh, while you were gone, we figured out his last name is pronounced Suma, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, Suma, like Suma Cum Laude. I'd just like to mention, again, the Pay Game Friday, where this is going to be an ongoing thing. Like, every week, if we have great submissions, we're gonna try and get Photoshops made. Hopefully, I'll get more people than just Franz, because it's like...
Yeah, I'll do it.
Photoshopping is hard, man.
Oh,
I don't want Franz to be, like, burdened with my laziness, like, Thursday. Like, this last one was, like, literally Thursday. Now I'm like, hey, Franz, can you do, like, 900 things for me?
I'll do some Photoshopping. I can't guarantee quality, but I'll do some.
Yeah, as long as you guys send in your stories, like, every week, we get, like...
So tell everyone, if they don't know, what the criteria is for Fake Game Friday, like what it entails.
Basically, it's, the idea is your dream game, the game you've always wanted to play, to get made. Do a write-up of it, break it down into elements of gameplay, story, mechanics. Just basically say how exactly you would want to play, what it would be about, and be as specific as possible, because if I can see what you're trying to do, then Franz and I, or Sheer and I, can, make a Photoshop, a fake screenshot of your ideal game and maybe a cover, and then we'll make a full Fake Game Friday art on it, maybe even expounding on what you've done.
Yeah, so
and the number one rule for Dtoid is always don't suck, so that's a main criteria. Don't suck.
It doesn't have to be like a
Can it be dirty?
It can just be like hilarious.
It can be dirty, yeah, it can be dirty, right?
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a real thing, it could just be something ridiculously hilarious and stupid.
Yeah.
Like Mud Wrestling.
Faith Naked Stripper Mania.
Alright, and let's also make sure that the readers know about the contests that are going on.
Yeah.
Alright, we got
Go ahead.
Cybernetic Tiger Z, or as I've been calling him, Robot Kitten. He has a contest where he gives away a bunch of his crap, as he so affectionately calls it. But you just have to write a little thingy, for lack of a better word, about why you think you deserve his crap. And it's actually a lot of crap. I do say so myself. I mean, that is a metric crap ton of crap. There's Dreamcast games, Sony demo discs. I think there's like a Mad Catz
DVDs
thing. Yeah, it's insane. So that's on the forum as well. But if you want, you can search on the front page for,
Dave's given us a graphic novel on the forum as well recently.
And then I had that thing with the different DS games, and then I got another contest up. Someone needs to make us a Destructoid ad. And
Yes.
The grand prize winner will be getting Bomberman for the PSP, which is a good game. I just like the newer guys better, but it's cool. It's actually a cool game. If you have it's supposedly 8 people. You can play Bomberman if only one person has the UMD for it. So if you actually know 7 other people that have a PSP, and you
I
play
don't know, 7
Bomberman,
people, period.
you can, or if you know 7 people, you can actually play Bomberman with all of them. So
I find it really interesting that that's a feature. Like, you can have one disc and play with 8 people, and then the DS is like, we've had that for 2 years. As a matter of fact, if you have Tetris, you can play with 10 people.
PSP's been worried about other stuff. They don't think they like games.
Yeah, like their shitty advertising campaigns and their lack of games and their, shitty proprietary format.
You know what?
When you have an advertisement where a white woman is choking a black woman in a superior...
You know what? I'm not even mad about that because that at least caught my eye. But the squirrels really pissed me off.
Bitch.
You know what the problem? You know what the problem?
The racism doesn't piss you off, but the animated squirrels...
Dude, those fucking squirrels. They're racist too.
Hey, man.
Exactly. They're all talking about Spanish people. Now, I love Spanish people. Like I said right now.
If there's one thing that can be said about Sheer is that he loves Spanish people.
Actually,
Yo quiero.
I thought weren't the dust balls Spanish?
Oh,
And
yeah.
The squirrels were the black guys?
Yeah, are they all saying to you, Sheer? Is that what it is?
I was gonna say, 'cause it's the dust balls that I remember going, hey man, you know.
That was a good impression.
Don't make it
Thank you.
on one
I just hate those dust balls. I love Spanish people, but I hate dust balls, is what it is.
You know what the problem is with the PSP though? It's not even so much the games, it's just the controls for it suck. Like, it almost doesn't even matter what game it is. Like, the controls just suck so bad.
Well, without the second
everything's
analog
unplayable.
stick,
Yeah.
I mean, any of the ports that they do for some of the games are useless.
I want to play a game where I can play my PSP vertically, because I think it just looks really cool like that. There's no other reason besides that.
Maybe you could play like Rampage on it and flip it vertically or something.
That would be fun. I would like a shmup, where you put it vertically and then use R to like shoot or something. I don't know. I'm not a game designer. Maybe somebody can Fake Game Friday that. Yeah.
Yeah, Fake Game
Look
Friday.
at that.
Great minds think alike.
Clever plug.
All right. So, what else do you guys want to talk about as we close the first ever Podtoid?
I'd just like to say that when Canadian chicks pronounce about a boat, that's really hot.
Oh, thanks.
So thank you, Faith Naked, for having a microphone.
Can you say about, please?
About
Well, now when you say it in American.
a boot? I don't know. I don't
Yes.
sound very Canadian. I hear I sound American all the time. It's probably just because I'm so opinionated.
You sounded Canadian. You're like, oh.
Oh, out.
Yeah, like
oh.
every other little word you could tell.
How about Toronto?
She's some kind of foreigner.
Yeah. And I think that's it, really.
All right.
We're really
So,
gonna end on that. Can somebody say something more poignant than?
You could say Tim Hortons and double and turn you on.
You know what turns me on? Max.
what?
Nothing.
Mac?
No.
Apple Mac? Are you guys gonna pick up the new iPod?
Oh, Max.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Cher, is your iPod working now?
Yes, I threw it actually, and it works fine.
Awesome.
It broke, and then Franz was like, "Rob, drop it." So I dropped it, and it works. It makes a clicking sound, and it shudders every time I press a button, but it works mostly.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that will end it then for our first ever Podtoid.
Thanks for reading, guys.
And
Yeah.
thanks for
Or
reading. Thanks for listening.
Listening.
If you
You
listen
can-
this far, then you are.
Yeah. If you made it this far, more. Oh my God.
You're more a robot than I am.
Nonsense.
Yeah. You're pretty fucking elite. And you can expect a Podtoid every week. Hopefully they'll get better. They won't suck as much as this one did.
Hey, speak for yourself, man. I was damn good.
So thank you for joining us, and keep reading and keep crashing the site.
Yeah,
Yep,
really.
watch out for axe murderers.
We really need a closing line.
Worship the
Yeah,
robot.
we do. Anybody want to come up with a closing line?
I fucking
Real
hate
quick.
Spanish people.
No, that's a bad thing.
Sort of a not racist one.
Yeah. Someone creative. Come on, hurry up.
Watch out for axe murderers.
No.
That's what I say to all my friends. They're everywhere.
Continue to worship the console.
How about Nero's original
Let's make a post about
logo,
this on the
Hardcore
site.
Gamers?
It's not gonna happen now.
All right. Yeah, it's not going to happen now. All right. So we'll just say bye. Everyone just say bye and we'll go.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, bye.
Bye.